you can install yarn global using the npm install double-global yarn, so you can use it from anywhere in your machine. I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna do it again, but you can type in yarn double-version once you have installed it globally, then press enter, and there I have the version 1.22.19. So again, tip 2, typically you will see the command close to the image definition, although there is no requirement in ordering. So let's go ahead and move that into our file. So we have services colon next line app colon next line image colon space node colon 18 hyphen alpine next line command colon space sh space hyphen c space and quotation marks yarn space install space double ampersand space yarn space run space dev close quotation marks. 3. Okay, pretty much these commands we're gonna type it in our YAML file. So here we go from services. Okay, we go app services app, and then we go image and command. So we have image and command. Now 3, let's migrate the -p space 3000 colon 3000 part of the command by defining the ports for the service. We will use the short syntax here, but there is also a more verbose long syntax available as well. So we have services colon next line app colon next line image colon space node colon 18 hyphen alpine next line command calling space sh space hyphen c space and quotation marks yarn install double ampersand yarn run dev next line ports colon next line hyphen space 3000 colon 3000. So right here the port. Since we already have the image command, we just needed to add the ports here in our file. So we have the ports. Now we have 4. Next, we'll migrate both the working directory -w space /app and the volume mapping, that is -v space and quotation marks $pwd colon /app by using the working dir and the volume definitions. Volumes also has a short and long syntax. One advantage of Docker Compose volume definitions is we can use relative paths from the current directory. So again, we have the services, we have the app, the image, the command, the ports. Now we're going to be adding the working there and the volume. So we type in working underscore there colon space /app next line volumes colon next line hyphen space that / colon /app, and yeah, line 7, 8 and 9. Number 5, finally we need to migrate the environment variable definitions using the environment key. So we have again the whole thing, services, we have the app, and the app we have the image, the command, the ports, the working there, the values, and now we're gonna add the environment. So environment colon next line uppercase letters mysql underscore host colon space lowercase letters mysql next line uppercase letters mysql underscore user colon space lowercase letters root, again mysql underscore password colon secret, and then last line mysql underscore db of database colon to-dos. And now that is what we have here for number 10 to 14. So here, define the MySQL service. Now it's time to define the MySQL service. The command that we used for the container was the following: docker space run space -d space / next line double hyphen network space to do hyphen app space double hyphen network hyphen alias space MySQL space / next line hyphen v space to do hyphen MySQL hyphen data calling /var /lib /MySQL space / next line hyphen e space uppercase letters MySQL underscore root underscore password =, lowercase letter secret space / next line hyphen e space MySQL underscore database =, to do's space / and then MySQL calling 8.0. So you don't add, for example, if you have downloaded 8.0.31 MySQL version, you just type in 8.0 tal like it is here. So 1. We will first define the new service and name it MySQL, so it automatically gets the network alias. We'll go ahead and specify the image to use it as well. So right now we go here, services, we have the services calling, next line app calling, next line $ space the app service definition, next line MySQL calling, next line image calling MySQL calling 8.0. and that is services, and that is what we have right here. Two, next we'll define the value mapping when we ran the container with Docker RAM. The name volume was created automatically. However, that doesn't happen when running with Compose. We need to define the volume in the tab level volumes section and then specify the mount point in the service config. By simply providing only the volume name, the default options are used. There are many more options available though. So we have again the services, the app, MySQL, we have the image, now have the volumes. So we have volumes calling, next line hyphen to do hyphen MySQL hyphen data calling /var /lib /MySQL. Then next line we have the volumes calling, next line to do hyphen MySQL hyphen data calling. So exactly as we have it over here. Finally, we only need to specify the environment variables. So we have services, app, MySQL, inside MySQL image, volumes, environment. So we have MySQL underscore root underscore password calling space secret, next line MySQL underscore database calling space to do's. Then we have the volumes calling, next line to do's hyphen MySQL hyphen data calling. So this is the environment. The environment that we're using. So at this point, our complete Docker compose.yaml should look like this. So this is what you should get. And let's close it and make it maybe a little smaller. And that is exactly what we have: services, app, MySQL volumes, services, app, MySQL volumes. So now we have to run the application stack. Now that we have our docker-compose.yaml file, we can start it up. 1. Make sure no other copies of the app /db are running first. Okay. Start up the application stack using docker compose app command. Will add the -d flag to run everything in the background. So let's type it in. So we have docker compose app space d. So we have docker compose app, and we press enter, so it's running. So number 2. Okay, when we run this, we should see the output like this. Creating. Okay, up, down, up, MySQL, network started, default created. Okay, you'll notice that the volume was created. You noted that the volume was created as well as the network. By default, Docker Compose automatically creates a network specifically for the application stack, which is why we didn't define it. We didn't define one in the compose file. Okay. So network. Okay. 3. Let's look at the logs using the docker compose logs command. You'll see the logs from each of the servers interleave into a single stream. This is incredibly useful when you want to watch for time-related issues. The -f flag follows the log, so will give you live output as it's generated. If you have run the command already, you'll see the output looks like this. So we just grab it and we type it in. Okay, so getting started. All right. Okay. The service name is displayed at the beginning of the line, often colored to help distinguish messages. If you want to view the logs for a specific service, you can add the service name to the end of the logs command. For example, docker compose logs -f app. Tip: waiting for the database before starting the app. When the app is starting up, it actually sits and waits for MySQL to be up and ready before trying to connect to it. Docker doesn't have any built-in support to wait for another container to be fully up, running and ready before starting another container. For node-based projects, you can use the wayport dependency. Similar projects exist for other languages/frameworks. At this point, you should be able to open your app and see it running. Okay, so we go to docker compose. Well, I'll docker this, and yeah, it's running. By the way, I updated it, so I went to software updates. I just click here for updates, and I got the Docker Desktop 4.15.0 at this point. So if we look at the Docker dashboard, we'll see that there is a group named app. This is the project name from the Docker Compose and used to group the containers together by default. The project name is simply the name of the directory that Docker Compose.yaml was located on. So if you scroll down the app, you will see the 2 containers we defined in the compose file. The names are also a little more descriptive as they follow the pattern of inside angle brackets service -name inside angle brackets replica -number. So it's very easy to quickly see what containers are up and which container is the MySQL database. Okay, so now tear it all down. When you're ready to tear it all down, simply run docker compose down, or hit the trash can on the Docker dashboard for the entire app. The containers will stop and the network will be removed. So we stop it with Control C, we clean it up, and we type in docker compose down, and yeah, it has been removed. So here it says warning, removing volumes. By default, name volumes in your compose file are not removed when running docker compose down. If you want to remove the volumes, you will need to add the $-volumes flag. The Docker dashboard does not remove volumes when you delete the app stack. Once torn down, you can switch to another project, run the Docker Compose app, and be ready to contribute to that project. It really doesn't get much simpler than that. And yeah, this is the part of the use Docker Compose, and this is the link for the Docker documentation.